the hip to the hip, hip hopper. You don't stop the rocker to the bang, bang boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat, and me, the groove, and my friend.
All right, then, so we're giving you some hip-hop vibes. Some of the foundational hip-hop tunes way back in the early 80s is where we are right now. But it's not just about that. It's about how you can get closer and closer to the grassroots around you. And that is why we're touching base with the roles that local governance can play in ensuring that things move smoothly. While tomorrow, Nigerians, or just Nigerians, Lagosians will be heading to the polls just to ensure that, they elect leaders at that level that will make things much more beautiful. And I have someone here who's just going to be talking to us on the relevance of those kind of governance structure that will make things much brighter and much more beautiful. Honorable Omotayo Oduntan is here with me, and we're going to be touching base with the roles that local governance could play. Honorable Omotayo, nice to have you in the building. Good morning, madam.
Good morning.
And
nice to meet you.
You're welcome to Traffic Radio.
Thank you.
It's your first time of being here?
Yeah, my first time of being on this Traffic Radio.
Traffic Radio. All right, so this is the way we are. All right, let's just quickly, touch base with local government and the roles that they should play. What roles do you think local governments play in the equation of governance in Nigeria?
Local government is the closest to the people. The first place they visit or close to them is the local government. Where they have any problem, they have the chairman who is at the head of affairs in the local government, and you have councillors who represent each ward in all the local governments.
All right. So they are supposed to be closest to the people, but in the real fact, are they closest? Because a lot of people see local government much more distant than they should be. Why is that so?
I think the problem is actually on education. The people are not well enlightened. They are not well educated. That when they have any problem, they have a right to call on the councillors representing their ward or the chairman representing their local government. Where this education is not enough, people don't know what to do. They don't even know where to go where they have any problem.
Because a lot of times you find that people, if anything happens in the locality, they are calling on the governor. Everybody says, Mr. Governor, my road has not been tarred. Mr. Governor, the drainage channel in my locality, the canal is this. And everybody wants attention from Mr. Governor instead of going to their councillors or their chairman. So it appears there is a kind of bridge, there's a break in communication, or perhaps in breaking roles identification of people with the grassroots. Is that not so?
Yeah, that is so. People don't actually know where to go when they have a problem. Although in the local government you have some roads that are state roads that the governor is supposed to take care of, and on this road you have their drainages where they are. The government is supposed to clear. But what I know or what I feel is that once governor or government clears any drainage, the people around that area, it is their job to maintain those drainages or any road the state government provide for them.
Right.
It is their duty to own it and take ownership of such projects.
So in terms of our duties and functions now, because maybe where people are misinterpreting all of this is that people do not really understand the roles that such local governments should play. So we sometimes have, things that we call concurrent kind of jurisdiction and all of that. People do not really understand that. So can you just talk to us, what are the things that local governments should be doing for the people?
There are so many things they should be doing for the people. You have some roads, we call them inner roads or streets that they're supposed to maintain, to make sure these streets are well maintained, to liaise with the CDA or CDCs in their various local governments, and when they have a problem, they channel that problem either through their councillors or their CDA or CDC to the chairman of the local government.
Right.
But the people, they don't know the difference where the local government heads and where the states take over.
Right. Issues that relate to the environment, are the local government supposed to be part of it? Waste management, are they supposed to be part of it?
Not waste management, they are supposed to be part of it, really. But I feel they need to educate people. You know, when we were very small, when we wake up, we sweep in front of our houses, we cut away this refuse. There was a way you don't have refuse like this around. But these days, you just feel, when I was coming this morning, very early in the morning, I saw people with bags of refuse, bringing them on the roadside. And that should not be.
That's very true.
That should not be at all. So, and I was like, even if the State House of Assembly makes a law, the local government or the councillors, they are supposed to make bylaws in their various local governments,
right?
Yeah, in their local governments, to make sure that they enforce such laws that the assembly makes.
So let's put that in perspective now, because on this program we've had conversations severally on what needs to be done to really sanitize the environment in Lagos. So chairman, should they be given those kind of powers to ensure that they bring enforcement of people that are dumping refuse on the road medians in those localities, for instance? I think chairman should be given much more effective roles. Don't you think so?
Yes, I believe so. They should be. Most of these medians, especially in my own local government, Alimosho area, you find the beggars making use of these medians. They stay on those medians. They constitute nuisance on those medians, and this should not be so. I believe it's the job of the local government to make sure that those people are driven away from the medians, so you can have a free flow of traffic on those roads.
Okay, so that should be the case, right?
Yes.
Right. So, okay. So let's touch base with some of that, because people have complained that one of the reasons why people are a bit maybe not really concerned, or perhaps not really know much about those local governments, is because a lot of times those that get into office, by the time they get into office, they look so distant from the people. So you find the chairman not living in that locality. You find the councillors not living in those localities, and people really know their councillors, they really know their chairman. What do you think can be done about that?
No, I don't believe such things happen. The councillors, they live in their localities. Even the chairman, they live in their localities. But the problem they have is that most chairmen, they are not easily accessible to the people. And the people believe they cannot even reach the local government chairman easily. And I always educate people. When you are a local government, they give themselves so many funny names. The mayor of so thing, they give themselves so many names. If you are a mayor, I always tell them, your job is to get jeans, buy sneakers. Your job should be on the road, not stay in an air-conditioned office. You should be on the road. You should be able to identify things in your local government where they said there is so street. You should be able to point it out that yes, that road is bad, we need to do it. And I always tell them too, you can always make use of the CDAs.
Okay.
Working hand to hand with them, and tell them, okay, where you don't have enough money, because like in Alimosho, we have 1 local government and 5 LCDAs.
Okay. And
the money that is supposed to be allocated to 1 local government is being shared into 6 places, whereby the money might not be enough to do some projects.
Right.
But they can, with the help of the CDAs, where the CDAs tell them our street is bad, they can always work with them. Okay, if we are spending 10 naira on this road, if you give us 5 naira, we put 5 naira down and ask those CDAs to go and do the job instead of the local government wanting to do everything at the same time. Make good use of the CDA, CDCs in your various local governments.
Anyway, you just said it now that such councillors will be able to, relate much more with the people, come out there, but that's not what we see. A lot of times, you do not even see the presence of these councillors.
That's why I said the education is not enough. People are not well informed as per their role.
Right. So, but what can they do differently? I mean, what can the chairman of those local governments do differently to stimulate much more interest, to bring community engagement? Do they even have this community engagement in the first place?
They're supposed to have, and there should always be a meeting, maybe a quarterly meeting with the local government representative, the CDAs, the CDCs, CAN, League of Imams, Lascota, all these association. You have a quarterly meeting with them, enlighten them where you are coming from, where you are going, what you intend to do. If people know, people will be ready to work with you to move that place forward. But where you don't work with them or you distance yourself away from them, people, they will get distant from you too.
Right. Are there ways, they can get support? I mean, we could have some very, very influential members of the community. You could have some very, very wealthy people that are staying in such localities. What can local governments, the chairman of those local governments, what can they do, to garner support and collaboration in a way that it engenders progress for the local government?
I think they have to be open, more open to the people. When people see that a local government is working and you are open to them, they will be open to you. They will be able to. They will be willing to cooperate with chairman or whoever is in power or at the helm of affairs in such local governments, and they should reach out to them. You have so many things in their local government. You have so many rich people. You have petrol stations. These people, they have money, and when you work with them, they want to make more profits. They want good roads, so people can always come and buy their products. And those people who have properties in such areas, when the area is good, it's beautiful, it will boost the economy of such areas. So I think they should reach out more.
Right. Honorable Oduntan, let's bring this allegation. I mean, people do say that a lot of times local governments are much more interested in collecting taxes without the commensurate kind of development that is required. Is that the way it is?
I don't. Tax. Of course, they have to pay taxes, but I always say, despite the fact that represent, if I pay tax and I don't see the returns, I will refuse to pay. Personally, that's what. If the road to my house is in terrible state,
right,
and you are asking me, what do I pay tax for? I will not want. Even if I pay it, I'm not paying it willingly. So people should be able to, or they should be happy to go to such local government. The local government does not have to. Their officials does not have to come to the people before people pay. At a time in Lagos State, maybe before the president was the governor, then in Lagos State, people were not paying tax as at when due.
Right.
But when he came into government, the IGR shot up tremendously, and people were coming. Those rich men, they were coming forward to pay taxes. Even people in highbrow areas like Ikoyi, VI, most times they pay tax reluctantly, or they don't pay the tax that is
nobody wants to pay tax with
the
pleasure.
Property they have.
Right.
But when he came into power, people started coming out to pay tax. So the same thing will happen in all the local governments. If people see improvement, if they see development, they will be willing to pay taxes. They see good road, good health facilities, good education. They don't have to go far to look for all these things. I'm sure they will be willing to come out to pay.
To pay those kind of taxes.
Yeah.
All right. So it's one thing for them to collect the taxes, but how do you prioritize? I mean, for local government chairmen, those who are in the saddle of leadership at those localities, how do you prioritize the kind of projects that you're going to? Because sometimes it appears those local governments going to some white elephant projects, they're not able to conclude. People that take over from them cannot even, continue with that kind of project as well. So how do you prioritize which is needed? That
is the why the quarterly meeting is very important. When you meet the people will tell them, will tell the chairman what they need, because you cannot do a project that people don't really need at that point in time. So when you hold these quarterly meetings and you invite all relevant stakeholders, of course they will come out and they will tell you, this is what we need in our area, this is what you need. Where they need road, you go and build a hospital in a place they cannot easily access. So we will go to such hospitals, and there are some hospitals they built and they don't staff it. There are no staff, there are no drugs. So what is the essence of building such things, hospitals, when you cannot equip it adequately and people cannot go there? And you find even people who are not rich going into private hospitals to pay heavily where they don't have, and they start running around when they are supposed to go to government hospitals.
Right.
All these things should not be. So you cannot embark on any project the people don't need or they don't demand.
Right. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM this morning. We're touching base with local governments and the roles that they play in effective development of the society. And I have Honorable Oduntan, that's Honorable Omotayo Oduntan here. She's really letting us in on what we need to do. Traffic-wise, most of those areas we're covering still looking good, but it is slow around Ilezi, connecting Ikeja along this morning up to National. It's slow and steady, even beyond National up to Airport U-turn. I understand it's a slow one this morning and things are still pretty slow. In Watsoshodi, it gets much better. All right, there's a message here for you. It says, good morning, Honorable Oduntan. What can ordinary people do if we have situations where there are thugs that take over localities instead of the necessary governance that people should experience? What should people do when there are thugs that are everywhere in such localities? Okay, so one trend that is very common these days is that we have people who are unemployed, right? Mm-hmm. And because of such unemployment, there are lots of them that are going to, we refer to them as social miscreants. Mm-hmm. So is there any role that those local governments could play to take those miscreants off the streets?
I don't think the local governments have much role. I think it's the job of the security operatives to take them off the road. You have so many of these people around, maybe because of the situation and the economic situation of the country. You have youth who are supposed to engage in meaningful things. They prefer to go on the road and start shouting, engaging in one thing or the other, or smoking, different types of things. Even girls are not left out. Before, it used to be boys that engage in such things, but I was surprised on a day I went to one area in Lagos and I saw girls mixing different types of things and smoking different things, and this should be a cause for concern,
right,
for parents and for all of us in the society, because at the end of the day these things bound back on us.
Right.
So the local governments, they can engage these people, maybe educate them. We have skill centers all around Lagos State, and the governments always tell them, they teach them skills, different type of skills, tailoring, plumbing, different skills, and at the end of the course they empower them. So they should engage in meaningful things instead of constituting a nuisance on our roads.
What roles do you think parents can play in that? And do you think local governments should engage parents?
Yes, the local government, most times when I'm on a program like this, I always talk on the roles of we parents too. Because if you are from a good home, if most of these people, they are from broken homes, and nobody to either lecture them or teach them ways of life, and they believe, they copy. Even in primary schools these days, you have people who are what you call them, they engage in one thing or the other, all these bad habits right from primary school. It is the duty of we parents to make sure we bring up our children properly. Yorubas will say, if you teach them the way they should go, they will not depart from it.
Right.
So that's the duty of the parents, to educate their children, to make sure their children grow up properly, and they should live by example. Because children, they copy.
Okay.
They copy people around them. They copy their parents. They believe it's the way of life. So we parents, we should live a life free of violence, and morally, we should not be morally corrupt.
Right.
So all these things we tell on such children.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM 08099120777 and 09153877127. I have Honorable Omotayo Oduntan in the building. We are touching base with local governance and its effect on development, and we are really looking at how we can improve things within the localities this morning. You can share your thoughts with us. Have the local governments been effective? If not, even as we drive into a new era, what are the other strategies that you think we can deploy for things to be much better? All right, those of you making use of Route 1, which is the Third Mainland Bridge, is still looking pretty good. If you're heading towards that direction from Alakpore, connecting Ogudu, and of course Car Wash down to Yanowuru, all looking steady at this time. Ascending the bridge on the Third Mainland Bridge is good, and of course you might have it a little bit slow around Adekunle proceeding towards Adeniji, but no major worries. The Ikorodu Road as well is receiving with a good vehicular flow too at this time, and we are still monitoring things on the Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway, which is also good as well. All right, so what do you think we can really do now to change the narrative? In the past, we've had this kind of apathy when it comes to things that relates to getting representative governance at the local level. So in these days, what are strategies that you think we can deploy to really make people have the consciousness that yes, we have a governance structure that is very close to us?
Yeah, what we can do is to continue to educate our people that their PVC is a very good weapon.
Okay.
You can make and not make with your PVC. Where you don't want any government in power, you have your PVC to vote that person, government out, or to vote the government you want in. So, but where you sit at home, when you're supposed to go and vote, and the people you don't want get into power, you don't have a right to complain. So I will just implore people, go out, vote the people you want into power. That's when you can now complain, or you can tell them this is what you want in your area, or this is not what you want, or the priorities that they should follow.
Right. Those local governments were created for them to meet the needs of the people, right? And we've established now that in a lot of cases, some of them have not been meeting up to that. But now that we're turning a new era, you're saying people should make sure that they participate in the process, right?
Of course, they should go out tomorrow. There's election in Lagos State. People should go out en masse to go and vote. They should go en masse to go and vote. Vote for the person they want,
right,
either as a councillor or as a chairman. That is when they are on civic duty.
You need to break that dichotomy for people, because a lot of times what people just know is chairman, right? But you have councillors,
Yes, you have councillors
What's their roles?
representing various wards. The councillors are the closest to the people because they live in such local areas. So where you have any problem, you can easily access your councillors. I know at a time when BRF was in power, they publish all their phone numbers monthly.
Okay.
So you have access to their phone numbers. Like my own phone number is always outside there.
And people call you all the time.
Call even when you're supposed to be sleeping. They call in the middle of the night.
Right.
But you cannot get annoyed because you know the kitchen the kitchen is hot.
Right.
And you cannot complain of heat when you are in the kitchen.
And you're meant to serve, right?
Yes.
That's where it's supposed to be.
Yes, that's how it should be.
Okay. So we should adopt that style. Is that what you're saying? We should have those numbers out.
Have those numbers out. So people can know who is representing them at any point in time, so they can have access to such councillors. Where the councillors is not responding, of course, 4 years will be complete. You vote such councillors out.
Yeah, but let me also bring this in, because a lot of people who have been in government have said, well, one of the reasons why they've refused to put out their contact points is that a lot of times you have frivolous requests that are coming in from the citizenry. Is that not so? Frivolous request. I mean, someone wants to do burial for his mom.
Yes, my mother-in-law is dead. My wife just put to bed. You know, you have so many frivolous demands. I think all this boils down to the situation, the economic situation of the country. Where you can help, always be prepared to help. Where you cannot help, of course, don't force yourself or don't do things you should not do.
All right, Honorable Oduntan, there's a message here for you. It says, good morning, Victor and Honorable Oduntan. Say, are local governments in Lagos truly empowered to drive development, or they're just following state orders? Badmos is sending this one in. Badmos, thank you so much.
Of course, each local government is empowered to do whatever they are supposed to do, and the assembly is there to even act as a check, because they go to the assembly to especially the PAC local. They go to the assembly, they tell them what they've done, the money.
PAC meaning Public
Accounts Committee.
Okay.
And so they are answerable to such a committee, and the states the House can always monitor what they are doing. So they act as a check on the local governments.
You talk about the councillors now. So they make the laws within the bylaws within the local councils, right?
Yes, they're supposed to make bylaws within the local council.
So can people from one community go to the councillor to say, look, when you guys are meeting next, we want you to make a law on gated streets, for instance? Can they do that?
Of course they can. You have so many gated streets in my local government as a whole. One Alimosho. You have so many gated streets. They lock it like around 8 and they don't open it until 6. And in Lagos,
which is wrong.
Which is very wrong. People come out as early as 4 o'clock to go to work because of traffic. And where you have this gated street, there is already a law in place that before you make any gate in any of the roads, you have to go to the government to seek permission, obtain a permit, and they will tell them within so hours you cannot close that gate or you cannot lock such gate.
So for people who feel that those that have led them in the localities have not performed, what are they supposed to do? I mean, is there a way they can remove such people?
Of course. It's actually difficult removing people. It's very difficult because you have a certain number of votes that put those people there. And you have to collect like 2/3 of that vote to get them out of the place. So usually it's very difficult, but you can always wait for the next time around, and you vote such people out of government.
But they can activate that clause, right? Of recalling the chairman. They can. You've not served us well.
But it's always very difficult to recall. It's always very difficult to recall.
All right.
But if they are determined, they can do it.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM 08099120777 09153877127. We're still reflecting on local governments and the roles they play in effective governance. And I still have with me in the studios this morning Honorable Omotayo Oduntan. She's here taking us to the classroom on how it all works. Getting back to the roads, we did tell you that if you're making that journey to the island, the Third Milan Bridge is still very, very accessible. Right now, things are still looking pretty cool, even from live cameras. The last feed we got from the Ojodu-Beja corridor, things are still looking pretty good. Good movement in and out of Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Better movement as well from Isheri-Olowora, River Valley, Ogunusi Road, Omole Junction, looking pretty good. Excellent. Ogba, Caterpillar, Oduenro, Wemco, all looking pretty good. Return trip as well from Wemco to Oduenro and Caterpillar, Ogba, Excellence Hotel. Omole Junction, areas like VIS, Kosoko and River Valley down to Isheri Olowora, also looking pretty good as well, and no impediment cited as we speak. Officials well positioned just to ensure that you have it pretty good navigating through those corridors. Let's take you through some other areas as well. The update from the PWD end, we did say traffic in World Cement proceeding through Dokpemu underneath the bridge is perfectly looking pretty good. Cement connecting Mongoro also looking good as well. Approaching Ilezik just by the traffic light there is building up gradually due to traffic light alternation. Immediately after the traffic light, it's appreciable movement. About connecting Ajayi Farm and Ilezik is moving steadily as well. We can tell you some other locations. As Ikeja along National down to Airport turning is busy due to the usual morning rush. No cause for alarm there. We have traffic managers on ground managing the situation. Airport turning down to PWD and Shogule as well as Ladikpo, all looking pretty good. Approaching Bolade intersection is slow movement due to traffic light alternation at Bolade Junction. We can also tell you that the return trip is very, very appreciable. No cause for alarm navigating through those corridors. Let's see if we can have more responses from you. 09153877127. These are the numbers that you can connect with us. 08099120777. This one says, good morning, Victor and Honorable Oduntan. It says, past local government elections saw low voter turnouts. What is being done at the grassroots level to boost citizens' engagement tomorrow? Sheon Ibrahim. He's sending this one in. Sheon Ibrahim, thank you so much. So, Honorable?
We've been going around. The state has really done a lot this time around to educate more people, and we've been on ground going from one local government to another, educating people. We've contacted all the stakeholders within each local government that they should educate their people to come out and vote. Voting is their power. Right. It's their civic duty. They should come out and vote, and because most times they were disappointed in the past. The turnout was very low, especially in the last election. Mm-hmm. The turnout was very low. And this time around, we went around the whole of Lagos State, educating people that they should come out and do their duty, civic duty.
That's
so
right.
They can now rest easy that, okay, we've done our part and leave the rest to the government to do their own part too.
All right, more questions are coming in for you. This one says, many people don't know their councillors. Shouldn't the local government improve visibility and accountability? Nii is sending this one in from Shomolu. Nii, thank you so much. Accountability and visibility. Let's talk about that. Visibility, precise.
Visibility, it's okay. You should know your councillors. Your councillors campaign throughout your wards, and the chairman, they campaign throughout the local government. So you should know your councillors, get close to them, and that's why I said they should have a way to put their phone numbers out there so people can always see. I think they should have a platform where there are various phone numbers is put on the platform in front of their local government, so people can always go there to check who is representing them, have their phone numbers, and get across to them. The accountability part is what I am on the part of the councillors. What accountability are they demanding? Most times the people don't even ask for development in the areas. They ask for stomach infrastructures. So people don't actually know that PVC is their power. If you ask for stomach infrastructure, no councillors can feed you for 1 week. Maybe they will give you a stipend that you can use for a day, and that is not good enough. When you have good roads, you have good schools, you have good healthcare facilities in your area, it's a form of poverty alleviation too. It's a form of poverty alleviation too. So people should
So it means, for people to be requesting for stomach infrastructure, that means they are not properly educated about...
They are not properly educated. But that's the way we see things. But where they can assist, okay.
All right, there's a message here. It says, good morning, sir. Why don't we hear of town hall meetings anymore? Are they still happening? Thanks. Biodnu Lawal is sending this one in. Biodnu Lawal, thank you so much. So do you have town hall meetings?
We regularly have town hall meetings, especially the House of Assembly. They have their town hall meetings regularly. It's the local governments that needs to imbibe this culture too, of having these quarterly town hall meetings where they can always meet their people, get to know them.
All right. Maybe we'll begin to anchor on this this morning, even as we gradually wind to the end. But what's the message this morning for our people out there? Now that we're going to be having this kind of elections that will be coming up, what's the message to our people? What should they be doing tomorrow?
First of all, I want to appreciate the traffic radio. You've done so much to help traffic in Lagos State. So I commend all of you working in traffic radio, and I'm now using this opportunity to tell our people, tomorrow morning, please go out and vote. We don't want, when voting is going on, we don't want boys on the road playing football and people going about one thing or the other. Go out, exercise your franchise, and make sure you vote for the person you want.
Right.
That is when you have mouth to complain.
All right.
Where you don't vote, you cannot complain.
That's very
true.
Thank
you very much, and we hope to see a very good turnout this time around. God bless you.
Great. It's nice having you in the building. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me too.
All right, and she is Honorable Omotayo Oduntan, and of course this morning we've been able to reflect a bit on the roles that local governments should play in effective governance. We have to leave it at that. Maximum shout out going out to Dayo Anthony this morning. She's produced the program, and I say a big thank you as well to Okpayemi Shonunke of our social media unit, and to all of you out there. We want to appreciate you. My name is Victor Oteri. I'm out. Still very much with him. I'll be back shortly for the benchmark.